The rollout for Kanye West's new album Donda has been a roller coaster ride so far, and we're going to be taking you guys through everything that happens with this album. And we just got confirmation that there's going to be a second listening party at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium on August 5th. And we're going to be taking you guys through the whole rollout, like we said. So subscribe if you're new and let us know your thoughts on Donda. So we just got word that a second listening party is happening. So a picture has surfaced, which is actually kind of an image of a staff scheduling for the events going on in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium next week. And we saw the same picture that we saw the first time that there was a listening party. And we see that there's an event with Kanye's name attached to it on August 5th. And this was broken to us by a Twitter account by the name of Air Candy. And apparently she works at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And she tweeted saying, Streets is saying yay having another event at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. So it's not 100% confirmed yet, but it's taking the same formula that, happened when we got the first announcement of the first listening party. So do you believe this?
Well, already off the bat, Justin LeBoy came out and said that it would be dropping on August 6th. I mean, it's really his time to shine. Like, this is a big moment for him. And
Justin LeBoy?
Yeah, he's been keeping us updated with all these Donda drops. And not only that, but one of Kanye's representatives had warned Pitchfork that the album would be coming out on August 6th. But listen, this is my take on it. I don't believe anything anymore. I'm being honest with you. Like, I don't give a fuck if this guy has billboards across every single continent in the world. Like, I don't care. Like,
he does though. He has now billboards in LA, New York, Toronto. Like, they're surfacing all over the place.
I'm only gonna believe it once I hear the deluxe.
I don't blame you, man.
That's the only time I'm really gonna believe all of this hype because, we had gone through the whole rollout. We had the Beats commercial. We had the Nike commercial. We had a couple of different things going on. We had the first listening event. We had two of them actually before it was supposed to drop on the 23rd. Def Jam came out and said it was happening. Apparently it was going down. Then apparently Mike Dean was sleeping in the stadium with Kanye, mixing and mastering. I'm not sure if you've seen all those memes about Mike Dean.
And he actually tweeted now. He tweeted, yeah. He said, I am no hostage. I am home and mixing, which is not the case for some other producers because we've, gotten word that Kanye is actually living, sleeping, and eating at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and apparently he hasn't left since that listening party.
Mans has a personal chef at the stadium right now,
man.
cooking
And they
up for
put
him.
in these beds in the locker rooms, and Kanye's been spotted at some soccer games for the Atlanta United team. So there's a lot of exciting stuff going on, and not only that, but Mercedes-Benz Stadium for their Twitter page, they actually now changed their name to Donda Studio at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and they actually teased the studio space where Kanye is working by putting a plaque on a brick white wall saying Donda Studio. So what we do know is that this album has been worked on since that listening party. I'm not saying that August 6th date is reliable, but we do know that it's on the way. So if you had to put your final prediction on if you think it is going to come on the 6th, yes or no, and why?
Okay. Final prediction, yes, just because, listen, again, every indicator is going towards there. He's confirmed it himself. There's too many people in the mix that have been talking about this album, and there's a lot of different moving parts that go into it. Would I be surprised if he delayed the album again? No. It's always an ongoing situation and, on the fly sort of mode with Kanye. But at this point, take the time with the music, because I was also reading some stuff on Twitter, just some let's say fan hype or, some fan speculation. And apparently people close to Kanye have said that, he is working on seeing how he could, create the tightest possible track list for the listeners. And that what he had shown in the Atlanta listening party wasn't even 1/6 of the album.
Yeah.
Apparently there's so many different layers to it. So I'm excited to hear the final product. And if that means taking extra time on the album, I'm super okay with that. I want to be able to go into this Kanye album, gain a great listening experience, and give this thing a good review because I've been waiting for a while. So how about you? If you had to put a bet on it, is it coming or is it not?
I feel pretty mixed just because, with giving us a second date, it's almost like it's impossible that it won't be coming out. But at the same time, we've been fooled before, and I don't know why we even bought the idea of him dropping on July 23rd the first time. But the reason why I think he might not be dropping it on August 6th is because he's doing another listening party. And that tells me that he's trying to find out more about how the fans receive the music and about how he feels the music sounds in this big, this big stadium space where the music's amplified and he can really get a good listen in. So to me, it still sounds like he's testing out different sounds.
See the crowd reception
And see what kind of music he's responding to personally. So I feel like it'll be another scenario. You know what? Fuck it. I'll say he's not dropping the 6th.
Okay.
Because I feel like he's going to take time to really digest the music that he's making. And see if the features fit, see if the song structure, is right, because those were some of the issues with the first listening party, is that as great as some of the songs sounded, the song structure seemed off. It sounds like, some songs ended abruptly. It sounded like other songs weren't mixed properly.
You also got a couple of songs where Kanye didn't have a verse on them. So
yeah,
that's another like prediction I have, is like, I think that there's going to be almost nothing from that listening party on the album.
I think
like
you're
final
wrong there.
like final version. I'm saying like what you heard at the Atlanta like listening party the first time. I don't think any of those are going to be on the album in the form that they were in. So example, I believe it's with what's it called with Travis Scott and Baby Keem.
Praise God.
Praise God. When Kanye didn't have his verse on there, I'm like, okay, he has to have a verse on this. Like, it's impossible. He's just gonna put on a Baby Keem and Travis track.
If you
on the
look
track
at
list.
let's say if you look at Frank's track off of The Life of Pablo, I mean, that's an example of a track without any Kanye vocals.
I know, but do you really think that he would, let's say, like gamble with that and not put on his own verse with a Baby Keem and Travis feature?
Yeah, he probably does have a verse for it. So I mean, at the end of the day, we'll have to see what happens. I feel like Kanye is really strategizing and having a rollout similar to The Life of Pablo, where he's really taking the time after the listening party, which, he had that one at Madison Square Garden. He's taking the time to really see which music is sticking with him and what's going to be really representative of the concept of Donda and what's going to stick, by him, as the time goes on, because this is a pretty critical and pivotal album in Kanye's career. And we're about to see the unraveling of this new chapter in Kanye's life. So I feel like he wants it to be perfect, and so do the fans at this point. So if we have to wait another month or so, I'm chill with that.
It's also his 10th studio album. At this point, Kanye West has not missed an album. I don't think he's put out a bad project in his career. He has full of classics in his discography, and he's put out some of the best material over the years. So guys, on that note, thank you so much for watching the rest of this video with us. We're going to be covering all of the updates for Donda, and we're obviously going to be doing the review reaction when it does come out. So subscribe if you have not already, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thank you for watching the video. It's always a pleasure doing content for you guys. Listen, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, because we're doing album reviews, and we actually have our series called Everything We Know, where we take you guys through the whole album rollout of the hottest releases of the year. Not only that, guys, but our Patreon plan is now live. You guys can access that in the bio. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you on the next one.